Well, here's something you probably haven't heard me say in the last couple months. Diesel fuel prices are down across the board. The national average has gone back down. Even California, Midwest, some of those trickier areas, all for the first time, clean sweep, everything's coming back down. The biggest drop for fuel prices was in the Midwest. The Great Lakes, Central Plains, Upper Midwest all fell about 4% in 1 week. That's coming off a 12% spike we saw 3 weeks ago. So that's real pullback. With that being said, it is down from its peaks, but when I look at averages from a year ago that were around $3.50 a gallon for diesel, we're still around like $5.50 average. So even though it's down from our recent peak, it's still up about 59% in that area from where we were last year. So when looking at transportation costs, if you're looking back to a year ago, why am I spending this? I can understand why these carriers are still asking for a little bit more money. A little to talk about the weather. One of the good things about May, June is the weather across the country just seems to get a heck of a lot better. Tornadoes are gone. Snowstorms obviously gone. You do get a little bit of flooding right now in South Texas, Arkansas. Flood warnings running through till about June 4th. Missouri, Kansas, some severe flood warnings. So that whole I-70 corridor, Indiana, Ohio, middle of the country, maybe you're going to get some delays with some flooding and road closures, things like that. But I would expect a lot of that to clear up like Wednesday or Thursday. I want to give you one more data point from inside our own platform. Right now, we're in what we call a carrier market. Carriers are active, but they have options. This means that they're picking the best price shipments first. The practical implication of this is if you've got a vehicle that's still sitting unbooked, the first question to ask is whether it's priced from last week's or last month's or last year's pricing, or is it priced for this current market? So if something is sitting, the best thing you can really do is just give it gradual increases or look on our platform what carriers are bidding for and try to match the demand of what these carriers are needing to complete these treks. The last thing I would like to talk about is snowbird season is wrapping up. We are seeing it get a little bit easier to get out of Florida. But when we talk about demand, there is so much pent up vehicles still sitting in Florida where talk about a carrier market, carriers are going to have so many options to come out of Florida. And there's very little options to come back into Florida. So take that into consideration. Yes, it's getting better, but still there's a lot of pent up demand to get out of Florida. So price those accordingly based on quote tool, but just know there's going to be a lot of options and carriers are going to look for the best paying loads to get out of the state. More details can be found in this week's blog post at autohaulerexchange.com. We publish this every week and try to tell you the things that your broker isn't tracking for.